MSC Cruise Cast is a Triple T production. Now, the Taste Try Travel team of Beth and Chris.
Hey.
Hello. Well,
It's Beth and Chris.
it is.
Happy.
You sound surprised. Hi, it's Beth and Chris.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Coming to you on this Triple T weekend.
Yes, we're on the second day of the weekend. I hope you had a great Triple T Saturday without us. I hope you played 24 hours of this.
Oh, no,
of our
no,
videos
no,
all Saturday.
No,
so
that's
that it
too
became
much.
a all Triple T weekend, all day long, all weekend long. Like
That's a little too much of
MTV
us, sorry.
used to do. They'd be like YouTube, YouTube, all day long, all weekend long. We're just going to show YouTube videos.
It's before my time.
I'm sorry I brought
He aged himself.
Well, see, Beth, back in the early 2000s, there was a
All right.
band called U2.
Okay. We are happy to be back with you guys.
Yeah, we took a week off. Did a
Or
little-
two. I don't remember.
Oh, did we
Just
take
one?
2 weeks off?
I don't know. Sometimes
only
it
took
runs
1 week
together.
off.
Okay.
Well, anyway, whatever it was,
Whatever.
just trying to get caught up on
Catch up on life.
life and work and
Yep.
work for me with doing stuff.
We have our little matchy coffee cups. I'm
I'm drinking out of the big MSC cup,
And
the
I have
big
MSC.
World America. It's not World America, but
We didn't get one on
It's
the World
big.
America.
they didn't have one that was branded World America. I
Gotcha.
would have got it.
Gotcha.
We have one that's branded World America. Go check out our store.
Yes, we do.
Look at that. I promoted us.
Good for you. Let's see what's on the agenda for this week's cruise cast.
All right. We have a shout out.
Dun,
You're going to be doing a
dun.
shout out. I hope you prepared one.
I did.
Then we have Rabbit Hole.
Can I put a disclaimer that I know nothing about this rabbit hole? Chris completely went out on his own. We don't know what that's really going to be about.
I don't
But-
even know if it's going to make sense,
Yeah,
but that's the way rabbit holes go.
that's okay.
Is you go down them and you're
You
like,
see who follows.
I am Alice in the upside down.
Exactly.
Then we're going to be talking World Cruise.
So excited about, I mean, we're not going on this, but it's going to be, I'm excited to talk about it because it's amazing changes. That
Amazing
MSC is doing.
changes.
Yep.
Amazing itinerary. Can you possibly do it for as long as that is?
Ooh, that's a good question.
And then we've got a little kind of, well, just say name change and leave it at that for now. Name change.
Ooh.
There's a name change somewhere in the universe.
Okay.
All right.
Let's leave it at that.
You're gonna do your shout
All
out.
right,
Let's
we're
do a
gonna-
shout out. Who
I
do you
just-
got today, Beth?
I have a couple people. I just wanted to say hello. We know you guys are traveling. We are following on social media, so we know when you guys go on trips, and we love seeing pictures and hearing stories. So shout out to Matt and Donna. They are I think they're either boarding today or tomorrow. They are going to Alaska. So exciting. This is the perfect time of year. Obviously, it's hot
I would
here.
love to be joining them.
Yes. Bernie and Tina are in Europe. They're doing a European cruise, and today they're in Copenhagen, and they...
Hopefully eating a sausage. Whatever
I told them that.
Whatever they...
I said, have you tried the hot dog that you get from the street vendor? Because the hot dogs and they're just amazing. There's like this combination of stuff that's so good.
Plus you're eating on the street of Copenhagen.
I want to go back to Copenhagen just for the hot dog.
That's kind of what makes it extra special.
Yeah.
But where are they today?
But they also went to Tivoli Gardens. They showed some pictures, and our whole family actually went there a couple years ago, and during October Halloween time, and it was all decked out. And so this is a very small. It's not a theme park. It's not a fair.
It was the inspiration for for Walt Disney.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it's like in the middle of the city, and it's like it has like some rides, and I don't know. You have to check it out. It's
been around for like
forever. It's like the oldest
90 years.
We're gonna do
100.
quote unquote.
No, it's been longer than that.
Longer
It's been
than
like
that.
the 1800s, hasn't it?
Yeah, like quote unquote theme park. We're gonna say there's like restaurants, all this kind of stuff. Anyway, Tina and Bernie, hope you guys are having a fantastic time there.
Can I just do a real quick story about that? When we were planning that trip to go over there, I was going to make a playlist of songs for Tivoli Gardens, and I found one song that mentioned in the history of songs.
There is a song that is all about Tivoli Gardens.
It literally
and it's so
is
funny.
all about Tivoli Gardens.
So
it's a great
look
song.
that up
I
if
wish
you're
I could play
interested,
it. Of course, YouTube will copyright this, and and I can't play it. But I wish I could play it because it's great.
Yeah,
it's like a late 1940s,
like
early 50s European beat, but it's sung in English. It's really great.
It's good.
It's really great.
So it just brings back a lot of good memories. That's why we like seeing these pictures from you guys. Anyway, and also Harley and Sean are on Yacht Club Seashore this week, and you guys, lucky ducks, enjoy your time. So those are our shout outs.
Right on.
Everybody traveling when we're not.
Do I have anything for a shout out? How about there we go. No.
That's kind of pathetic. Is there like a clap or like there we go.
Okay.
Yes, there we go. Okay. Let's do Chris's rabbit
You're
hole.
gonna go down the
now,
rabbit hole.
I'm going to give you some constraints. Let's make sure.
Yes.
I'll start letting you know if we're losing it. And let's make sure we don't go too long because I want to talk about the...
I'm going to try to go through it quick because people are not tuning in for rabbit hole journeys by Chris.
Okay, what do you got?
That's not what they want to hear. But I'll try to make it quick and make it comprehensible. So if you don't understand, let me know.
Okay.
But let me just say, it encompasses pizza.
Perfect.
Africa.
Okay.
And espionage.
Interesting. How you
that
put
is
those
a true
together?
rabbit hole.
Okay. I'm excited about this.
Okay. So, as many people know, I just set it up real quick. I like to search for MSC, and I do it in weird ways. Like I go to like the back rooms of the internet. I don't go to the dark web, but I go to little known places to search for. Well, I found this one on X. So it wasn't really X, no, but it is in a different language.
Okay.
Now, see, it's in a language that I've never seen before. In Yakungoti, Mr. Matayi.
Is that maybe an African language?
Oh, very good.
Okay.
But the answer to his tweet was, somebody responded to his tweet with, try pizza from an MSC cruise ship, then come and tell us. Okay. And I'm like...
Interesting. So that kind of pulled up when you were searching MSC.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, there's somebody else that loves MSC pizza. And he's obviously in some country I don't know what country this is. But that's a good guess. I kind of had to do a little bit of research. Found out it is the Shona language.
Okay.
It's a Bantu language primarily spoken by the Shona people of in Zimbabwe.
Oh my gosh.
Which there's a map next to that. You guys can barely see it if you're watching this.
Okay.
It is in the southwest corner, a little tiny section of Zimbabwe is the Shona language. It's one of the official 16 languages of Zimbabwe.
Jeez.
It's a tonal and phonetic language, by the way, which means the pitch. Yeah. What does it say? Pitch. The pitch of a syllable can change the meaning of a word. So they kind of mix tones and sounds with English, and that they don't have words for because it's more tonal.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's kind of why that tweet is a bunch of words, too accessible, but Pizza Inn, and then a bunch of words you can't
Gotcha.
read.
Okay.
Or understand unless you speak Shona.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I translated that. And the translation for that is, it's just that people are used to it, plus it's accessible, but Pizza Inn tastes better than the fancy restaurants, really. So what he's saying is, Pizza Inn is really good, but people are used to it. They get it so much at Pizza Inn here in Zimbabwe that they're kind of used to it. But really and truly, Pizza Inn has good pizza. And the dude that responded to him said, speaking of, people overlook MSC pizza because it's just free when you get on the boat.
Right.
It's just free pizza.
Absolutely.
But it happens to be like maybe the best pizza you can get.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had some good pizza, but that is right up there with pizzas.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, if Pizza Inn is so great, what is Pizza Inn? So I went and did a little history of Pizza Inn. It started as Chicken Inn. They quickly moved to Pizza Inn, two business people. And why I put this little clip up, if you can see it, I'll read it. Other brands of chicken, they started with Chicken Inn. Other brands that they have are the Pizza Inn, known for its wide variety of pizzas, and Creamy Inn. I don't know if that would go over so well in the United States.
Is that ice cream?
Creamy Inn.
It's the name. No, it would not.
Yes, they do a selection of soft serve ice cream products.
Okay.
Okay, so the two businessmen. Well, one of them is Zed Kundunaris. He is the 5th richest man in Zimbabwe.
He's worth a lot of money. 575 million?
Yep. $734 million. He and Fowler, his business partner, started Chicken Inn.
Yeah.
And then made all this money. And they were discovered to have opened 4 companies in the British Virgin Islands and transferred money from their salaries to the firms in the early 2015. According to Zimbabwe law, this is prohibited unless authorized by the Zimbabwe Reserve Bank, which naturally was not.
Of course it wasn't.
I just want to show you this guy. He looks guilty. He looks like this is Zed. That's Zed.
Wow. Okay. I think I expected maybe a younger guy.
Well, he started in
like
19 maybe 83 or something.
He's an older guy. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't like going off people's looks, but yeah, he kind of looks like he's guilty of something. Well, it turns out that they speculate. They're still investigating this, and that was over 30 years ago.
Wow.
That he may have been money laundering to fund guerrilla warfare in Africa. Could be. I don't know.
I could believe it.
They haven't proven that.
Yeah.
But that is their speculation. That's
so
why
he started this chicken place and this pizza place and this ice cream place in Zimbabwe.
Yeah. And used all that money, profits, to fund guerrilla warfare.
Wow. That is a hole. But that's
I didn't want to go too much further because so I looked at the Pizza Inn menu.
Yeah.
And they have
it looks like Pizza Hut.
Yeah, Hawaiian pizza, barbecue. It's basically
they have that in Africa?
Little Caesars of Africa.
That's amazing.
But they have the third one down, if you can read that there. It's the Boer Wars.
I can't quite see it, yeah.
Boer Wars pizza. I'm like, what is Boer Wars?
Does it say underneath what it is?
It says mince meat.
Oh.
I'm like, mince meat?
That might be a little scary. Did you keep going?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This gets into pop culture now.
Okay.
All right. So Boer Wars is a type of sausage. So it's just sausage pizza.
All right.
And they define it a certain way. It has to be certain animals.
Right.
It can't be any internal organs and stuff like that. So it's like really nice
normal.
sausage.
Yeah.
Well, I was reading that Boer Wars has a Guinness Book of World Records
For what?
for the longest sausage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rabbit hole.
The sausage is 5,108 feet long and 9 inches.
Wow.
That was one sausage.
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
Almost a mile. One sausage.
One sausage.
So it holds the... And every year they do a
Borowitz celebration.
Boer Wars.
Boer Wars.
Yes, celebration and a competition to see who can cook Boer Wars the most spectacular way.
Wow.
It's already made. I don't know how.
Well, you just probably put it in different dishes and stuff, maybe.
I'm almost to the end of the rabbit hole, so don't turn it off just yet.
Okay.
Seeing that they had a competition, it led me to the most random, bizarre pop music video ever made about,
Is it about
Boer
the Boer
Wars
Wars
sausage. It's not bad. It's not a bad video. It's very well made. Probably because when you see it, here, I'll just start it while I'm talking. The Coke probably was a sponsor of this thing, but it's about. The whole video is about grilling Boer Wars sausage.
It sure is. Well, it must be very popular.
All right, I can't play too much of this.
Yeah. Wow.
Although
it's just pictures of like this
YouTube
grilled sausage.
Copyrights a song about Boer War sausage grilling. Good for you,
That's
YouTube,
right.
for knowing that exists. And that's the end.
That
led from
Good for you.
MSC Pizza
Africa
through Africa and espionage, guerrilla warfare, onto the most random pop music video
I love it.
ever seen.
I love it. That's great.
That's what occupies my brain.
Yes, it does. Welcome to Chris's brain.
All right, let's move on to World Cruise, because that's what people are probably really here for.
So let me just say, if any of you guys follow or watch Para DJ, they just finished a world cruise on Holland America. I think it was 133 days. And I started thinking about that, and I'm going to ask a question first. Like, my question is, regardless of like if you have like animals and family at home, obviously, because that would be hard to go like 4 months, but how would you guys do on a world cruise? Would you love it? Would you hate it? Would you feel like, I don't know. Well, I'll tell you my thoughts after we talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it, because I definitely have thoughts about it, because we've done not anywhere close to that.
No.
So
no, the whole different situation. But so we're going to talk about MSC Magnifica. Well, the big news, it's been out for a little while, but it is getting retrofitted towards the end of this year. It's going to be a pretty long retrofit, and it's going to get Yacht Club added to it. And we're all so excited because we love that ship. We were on her a year and a half ago.
Probably my favorite MSC ship. Probably.
Yeah,
it's hard to rank them. It really is. But
because they all have
it's
different.
So laid out well and so beautiful. Are you slowly?
I'm like, I randomly.
Off the screen?
Yeah, I have to.
It's laid out well. It's beautiful. I love the kind of deco
asterisk to the laid out well.
What?
Asterisk to that.
What?
You remember all those crazy signs?
Well,
you didn't know where you were going.
No, that is part of its charm. Don't diss the signs.
If they get rid of those signs, I'll be so upset.
The signs that
during the retrofit
are so confusing.
Exactly. You've got to keep those. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to
go back and watch our Magnifica series.
Exactly.
You'll get a kick out of trying to figure out what those signs mean.
Let me give you a little bit of stats as I keep moving off the screen. So Magnifica was built back in 2010. She's had some refurbs, but she really needs a good one.
It does look a little...
There are some areas, yeah, and there are some things that just need to be taken care of. I'll just mention one quickly before moving on. When we were sitting in the Royal Theater, it was it's like green, like emerald green. It's a really nice, and it's a small, intimate theater because obviously it's a smaller ship. But you would sit in the little green seats, and they would dump you out. Like, remember the theater seats didn't have any more.
The default position was about like 45-degree angle.
And so one show, I remember I had to dig my heels into the carpet so I didn't fall out of the chair. So we're super excited.
Do you remember the little girl that was sitting and her brother sat in the good seat? They were only went down a little bit. Yeah, and then she had to sit in the seat that was dumpy, and she got so mad. She got so mad that her brother took that seat and left her.
Well, if you're there for any amount of time, you sit in a seat, and the next time you're in that theater, you're not going to sit in that seat, right? And that's exactly what that family did. They rushed down to the front, and the boys got the good seats, and they left her with the bad one. She is a smaller size ship, only 3,200 passengers, which again we loved.
Going to even go down.
Refit it. She will be the 14th ship in MSC's fleet to have Yacht Club. Well, I mean, nobody else has Yacht Club. So the 14th to have Yacht Club. She won't be the smallest. I think the Lyrica has Yacht Club.
Does it?
They had retrofitted that, and that one goes into all the tiny little places in the Mediterranean. So if you ever want to go to the Mediterranean, they have a yacht club that goes in all the tiny little ports that other big ships can't get into. So when she's done, Magnifica is going to have 5 decks of Yacht Club, which are going to be 63 suites. It's still going to have the same signature sun deck, pool, bar, grill, restaurant, everything you come to expect, but it's going to be small. To give you some kind of comparison, when we were on Meraviglia, which felt really, it didn't feel tiny, but it felt smaller, especially after the Seaside class ships that we've been on as far as Yacht Club.
Yes.
Yeah.
It did. So, but I'll just say real quick that I thought that was the perfect size.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
The Seaside felt a little too big.
Yeah. But to give you some comparison, the Mara has 95 Yacht Club suites, and then the Magnifica will have 63.
Mara. Wow.
Listen, when you're typing on social media, ain't no one got time to spell out Meraviglia all the time because it'll always correct you. So it's just Mara. She has 95 Yacht Club suites, and so you can kind of get an idea. This is definitely going to be smaller, which is not necessarily a bad thing. A couple of the things that they're going to redo also is they're going to redo the Aurea Spa, which I think is a good thing. Right now, it's right where Yacht Club suites need to be. So there's not, Oh, I'm trying to figure this out by looking at deck plans. But if you look at it,
I got the deck plan.
Yes, you see where Aurea Spa is.
Well, remember, there's people listening. You got to kind of explain where it's at.
Okay, so Chris has the front end, and so it looks like there's the top 16. Then there's 2 decks, and then there's the Aurea Spa.
So it's the very front, third deck down.
Yeah. So if Yacht Club's going to take up that area, maybe they'll leave the spa. But anyway, they're going to obviously do a much better job. They're going to add thermal suites. They're going to make it a nice spa. So right now it's very basic. I don't believe there's thermal. Therasso, Rappa, pool, all that kind of stuff. So within the constraints of the space that they have on Magnifica, they're going to increase the Aurea Spa, and they're also going to, I thought this was funny, they're also going to do a better gym, but their gyms are called techno gyms. and I had no idea. We've cruised on MSC for so long, and their gyms are called techno. Like if they have Oria Spa, they're called techno gyms. That's because we haven't set foot in one. Chris is looking at me confused.
What do they do in the techno gym?
Well, I don't know, but that's the brand name or the name of them. So, yeah, we're just not big gym people. We might be if we were on a world cruise, though.
Oh, I lift, bro.
Shut up. You lift your coffee cup up to your mouth.
I didn't say what I lifted.
Can I finish?
Techno gym?
Well, it's probably like a brand name of equipment. You guys are probably like, you guys are crazy. You don't know what that is, but I don't know what that is.
How do you not know what techno gym is?
I thought that was funny. It's probably like Peloton is a name. It's probably like what they use.
Well, it just immediately, my brain goes to the 1980s
exactly
like Road Warrior Italian movies that were ripoffs of Road Warrior, and how they would that was the robots I had them. So that's the Italian techno.
So I just want to finish going through this and then we'll just chat for a minute. So she is going to be in 2026 after she gets out of retrofit, she's going to go cruise out of Germany to the Baltic and to the northern capitals, and will be the only ship with Yacht Club into a lot of those particular smaller spots. And then 2027, January 5th, out of Rome, or Civitavecchia, however you pronounce that. I know you don't pronounce it like that. Civitavecchia, Rome. Rome.
Isn't it
Civitavecchia.
It's a Civitavecchia.
Rome. She's going to go out of Rome, and January 5th, 45 ports in 25 countries, 121 nights with Yacht Club. That's the way to travel. Can you imagine? Like, I don't even know if there's even any availability for that. It's $17,000 to do this. By the way, I'm like on MSC's like thing I wanted to show you. To do the world cruise, like the whole 120 nights.
$17,000?
Uh-huh.
That's not bad.
Well, let's see if there's any...
That's really not that bad.
Let's see if there's any Yacht Club.
Like that is...
There's Yacht Club available.
Yeah, that's like... Geez, that's like a couple $100 a night.
Take a guess. Yeah. Yeah. I mean... No, it's not a bad price. It is, but take a guess at Yacht Club.
Oh, that's not Yacht Club.
Hell no.
Oh, I thought you were saying
interior
that was
cabin.
Yacht Club.
No, we would be on it if that was Yacht Club.
Like, that is not bad at all. My goodness.
No. How much do you think Yacht Club is?
If that's a regular interior, Yacht Club is $66,000.
Oh my gosh, you're close. $62,000. So it's about $125,000. So maybe about $500 per person per night. But
still not that bad if you had that money.
And
which, if you have that money, you're not even thinking about that. You're not even like, that's not too bad. If you can shell out $120,000.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. Can you imagine 65 ports? Like how much you would, because you got to get off the ship. Like you can't stay on the ship that long. So you would spend so much money on them.
We visited every 7-Eleven in every port.
Exactly. So going back to that, like I'm super excited for Magnifica, first of all, to get her refit, and then to add that Yacht Club. I think it is going to be such a huge hit. And then if that goes well, maybe the Poisa might get one as well. And she's in Alaska, because if you love Yacht Club, you love Yacht Club. And if you're on MSC, that's where you want to go.
I'm going to get a shirt for you that says that. If you love Yacht Club, you love Yacht Club.
Well, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, a lot of people were excited about MSC going to Alaska, but some were disappointed that there wasn't a Yacht Club. So they were going to wait.
How long is it? 100 and what, 20?
121 days.
21 days.
Yeah.
Like, I would pack sweatpants.
Exactly, right? So
because there is a 100% chance that I would gain somewhere around 98 pounds on the 121 day cruise.
Well, like, what would that reality be? Like, my thought was we'd get on, it would be amazing, right? And then you'd have these sea days, and then you would start to get so bored with everything on board, right? And
well,
a little claustrophobic. And then I think it would turn around and you just, the places they're going, I think my personal would be like this roller coaster of emotions on that long of a ship, on that long of a cruise.
I couldn't do it.
I think you could. I think you could. I think you would hate it. And then I think you would get over, break
through the wall of luxury. I've hit the wall.
I'm not talking Yacht Club.
I've hit the wall of vacation.
Yacht Club would
I'm breaking through it.
Yacht Club that long would, I mean, it would spoil you for life. Like, you could not leave. You would come home and just cry. I mean, that would be just too much.
It would bore the pants off me after that much long.
Like, maybe there's not that much you can say to the crew.
A 21-day cruise? A 22-day cruise? Something like that.
21. We were on a 3-week cruise, yeah.
I was so ready for that cruise to be done when we were on it. I was so ready. And I love cruising.
Yeah.
It was just so repetitive and bad things repetitive.
Yeah, we were on
masses of people repetitive.
There was like a
rude
perfect storm.
Repetitive.
There was a perfect storm of bad on that, unfortunately. There was they left a bunch of crew in Europe and they were going to pick up a bunch of crew in US, and so there was like a third less crew than there was supposed to be. That's a whole nother conversation, but I think this would be a whole different situation. You were on a ship with like 4,500 people. I don't know. I think you would find your rhythm with something like that.
Well, I think I probably maybe. And
you would start to go to the gym.
Kind of being a little dramatic.
Yeah.
But I would struggle, I think.
Yeah.
But it sounds great, or I would have all this time to be by the ocean and read a book.
And you would probably never sit by the ocean and read a book.
I'd be flipping through the 48 safety channels. Is this all that's on TV again?
How are we doing on time?
Oh, we are at 33 minutes. We're doing good. Let me just say real quick. I forgot what I was going to say. Okay. So go ahead.
Yacht Club might pay for itself because currently there's no like self laundry on the Magnifica. So you'd have to like spend your port day. You'd have to like bring all your clothes off and like go to like a laundromat and do your laundry and come back on the ship. Or you'd have to pay on the ship to have it done. Like, I'm just joking about taking your laundry off at port, but like you can't pack for that much, but like you can't do your own laundry. So that would get tough, you know? Hey,
after day 8, you just walk into a room and people know you're there.
That's true.
Woo. That guy's rank.
One other thing that I really want them to do in this refurbishment is
start taking a shower with all your clothes.
Christopher, we're done.
Well, I'm just trying to come up with practical solutions that won't cost you. I mean, because if you're going to spend $62,000 to be on it,
well, Yacht Club, you get
free. You got to
free.
save some money.
Yacht Club will take care of your laundry. I really hope that they either update the specialty restaurant that they have, or maybe add something new. Because remember, there was the.
Well, I did read that they're going to.
Oh, good.
So, yeah.
Because it was like. Do you remember what it was called? Like.
Oriental Garden.
It was called Oriental Pavilion.
Oriental Pavilion.
But then on the menus, it was called Asian
Garden.
Like, it was like. But that was the way it was.
Asian restaurant. It was just.
You're like, okay, I'm here.
It had like 4 different names.
I know, it was so funny.
It was so MSC is great. It was like so weird that it was like just like in this random place, like.
Yeah, because it's like in the center, and they had another one of these little like octagon little things.
Right.
Yeah.
And like a little circle went around. So it was like at the end of a field and field and stream. What do they call the
track
and field? There you go. It's like the end of a track and field.
Yeah, because if you didn't hit,
like
if
they
you didn't
stuck
go
it right there
around the right corner,
people would do jogging laps around
I know.
It had a big circle around it.
No, I love the feel of that ship. So much of the Art Deco was amazing. I hope none of that gets touched. I hope the Tiger Bar, all of that really, it can just stay exactly the way it is.
Yeah,
that doesn't need anything.
Were awesome.
That doesn't need anything.
I just wonder if they're going to. I don't know what you think about it, but how are they going to do the lounge? Because in the Meraviglia, they had 1 deck lounges. Every other class has these big open lounges that go up to the restaurant, and they're just massive windows. And
Meraviglia doesn't, and I bet
that's what I just said.
Oh, sorry.
I said Magnifica just is 1 level.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Meraviglia is just 1 level. Maybe I said Magnifica. Meraviglia is just 1 level. I just wonder that I'm sure they can't put it like, well, they could, I guess, if they wanted to, but it doesn't have that big sloping front end like a lot of their newer ships does. So, and
it's probably hard to make that big of an adjustment. I'm sure it's just going to be a single level or part of a level.
Right.
Remember, it probably doesn't need the whole space if there's like probably around 100 people in there. You know what I mean?
How many people were in?
Well, there's 90.
Meraviglia?
Well, it was about 220 they said could fit in Meraviglia, or maybe that's what was cruising when we were on it. So there's
half the size,
maybe a little bit more, but yeah. So you got to remember, it's not. I'm sure they'll get creative with that. So maybe they have a lounge on half, and the other half is like suites or something like that. I don't know. We're excited.
If they're doing away with like snacks and buffets.
We're not sure if that's going to play a part in this new one or not.
You better not do away with that on the Magnifica, because I want to sail in Magnifica.
I'm thinking that
Yacht
they
Club,
changed
MSC.
that in World America because it's just so many people that it might have been hard to keep up with. So I'm hoping that they'll keep the touches of Yacht Club in the smaller one. So
I think people were running into the kitchen. We need more red snapper.
Yes.
People are going crazy for the red snapper.
Exactly.
I would do it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to poo-poo on some wealthy industrial philanthropist. I can't even say the word philanthropist out there who's watching and is like, I want to send Chris on the Magnifica World cruise. And I would have to say, can you bring my wife?
Okay, thank you.
And he would say, well, we'll see if it's in the budget. I don't want to dissuade him from putting me on that ship.
Okay.
Because I go on it.
Okay.
I just think that I would be bored after about 12 days.
Mm. I disagree. I know.
How many times can you sit in a lounge chair?
How many? Okay. 121. Okay. Let us know your thoughts. Are you looking forward to that? Are you planning on cruising? Maybe not necessarily the world, but cruising on Magnifica and Yacht Club. Are you excited about it?
What would you do for 121 days?
Maybe do a puzzle. How about that? Maybe do a puzzle.
I spent $120,000 and I did a puzzle on a cruise ship. Can you imagine vlogging that?
No.
Oh my goodness.
I
For
don't
creators. Oh my.
like. I don't
golly.
know the Para DJ. I've watched some, but I don't think that they did. Either you can't do. I mean, you might do some ports and stuff like that, but no, it's too much. Too much stress.
It sounds overwhelming.
You have got to. There's like not enough stuff on the Magnifica to do for content creators for that much.
And stuff like what happens if something breaks? You remember like on our 3-week cruise, we had to get a fan. You remember?
Oh, that's a whole story.
So
Beth was walking down the streets of Rotterdam.
We traipsed all over Rotterdam looking for a
With a
fan,
3-foot
which I guess northern Germans they don't use fans.
Nobody has. Like, it was a heater fan combination. It was the only thing.
And it was about 4 feet tall.
So it was me walking down the street with it. Everyone looking at me. The worst people was the cruise ship.
Why did I carry it?
I don't know, but I have pictures of me carrying it.
I think I just took pictures of you just so you would feel better later on. I helped Chris carry it around.
No. This is what happened. Chris told me to carry it because he didn't want to be the one to show up at the cruise security and be the one to be like, here, I'm bringing a fan. He's like, this here, you look cuter. They'll let you bring it on. That's what he did.
Listen, the guys know when you try to get away with something, it doesn't always work. But when the cute girl tries to get away with something, lots of times it works.
And you know what? They all just laughed at us. They
did.
Laughed.
They wouldn't have given me any problem at all. They just saw me carrying that, or they saw you carrying that on, and they laughed.
Yeah.
They were like, oh my gosh.
And
at the end, we gave it to our room steward.
Left a note and we offered it to him, and he said, oh yeah.
I can't take it.
He said, but we can't take it. And so we had to like write a note and like give it to like one of the managers or something to make sure that he could keep it. So we left him lots of stuff because I
get back on a plane with a 4-foot tall fan.
I bought a curling iron there.
I don't know. Maybe
it was just a mess.
Maybe I could have given it to you to try to get through security.
No.
Give a little wink to security.
The last thing, I know some of you saw kind of on our Facebook page, but that's kind of the last thing. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time, but just kind of if you're interested in kind of what we're doing and where we're going, stuff like that.
We're going to be changing the what?
Okay, go ahead.
What?
Absolutely. Well, I was just going to say maybe some of the reason why.
Oh, well, sure. I'm going to tell them what we're doing.
Go for it.
Then it makes sense why we're doing it.
Go for it.
We're changing the name of the MSC Cruise Cast. It's going to become the Cruise Cast.
The Cruise Cast.
The Triple T Cruise Cast. We're like
now
MSC.
The name change.
We changed it's just a cruise. It's whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's an Oriental restaurant, okay?
That's right.
We serve Asian
Oh my
food.
God, I cannot stay in the screen. Thank you. Sorry, guys.
Like right here at the end of the...
I'm still not in the screen.
So why are we changing it, Beth?
First, let's say that
why did we start the MSC Cruise Cast?
Why did we start the channel? I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No. There was a hole in the market for any kind of positivity around MSC or just understanding MSC. So it was, goodness, a year and a half ago that we started the podcast, the MSC Cruise Cast, and just tried to share our experiences, what we loved about it, and a lot of like some of the technical things like...
People hated MSC. A vast majority, it seemed like, or at least the people that were out there and then on social media.
Yeah, the content creators were sowing these seeds of Oh, I wanted a dramatic word and I couldn't find it.
Clickbaity.
Yeah. And
We hate MSC.
So when other people were looking, they would see this and they would say, oh, maybe we don't want to do that, including us, right?
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah. Everybody was nervous because that's all they saw. Are you sliding off to the side? All they saw was negativity. So we were like, we saw it. We went on MSC. We were like, this is great. We love MSC.
Yeah.
So we wanted to give a little balance to what was going on.
Yeah.
There are negative experiences on MSC. I don't want to discount those.
Just like any cruise line.
Just like any cruise line, though.
Absolutely.
They're not abnormal.
Yeah.
You've got your microphone now facing that way. You are so
I'm a mess.
discombobulated.
I'm a mess.
What is going on over there?
I promise it's just coffee.
So we started it to really bring look at the highlights that MSC does.
Yep.
And explain some of the advantages to MSC and really let people know they're a unique cruise line.
Yep.
That does things very well, and some things they do better than any other cruise line.
Right.
And I think we've accomplished that.
Absolutely.
We have 2 years worth of info out there for people to experience MSC.
Yep.
We want to...
You know how many episodes we have? Today
you just
will
look
be,
it up?
Today I did, yeah. Today will be episode 53. So that's a lot of content.
Yeah. So we think that we have probably done enough of that. We're not going to ignore MSC by any means because we love MSC. Mm-hmm. But maybe intentionally and a little bit unintentionally, our channel, Cruisecast, obviously intentionally, but maybe unintentionally with our other channel, has really skewed off into MSC territory.
Well, and
last year we've only done MSC.
Right. And there was a little bit of reasons. There was a lot of growing. There was a lot of ships we wanted to try. The World America was coming out. And we kind of feel like... That's why I said unintentionally. Absolutely, yeah. So now we are not ignoring MSC like Chris said, but we're going to expand to a lot of other things. So we're going to cover the cruise world. Absolutely. We're going to go back to doing that, right? So... The Cruise World Weekly. Wow, that sounds like it's a tagline for something. That is our tagline. It's going to be just as famous as ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I don't know about pretty that. Soon. Okay. So moving on, we are taking this summer, and we got a lot of personally going on, and so we don't have a summer cruise planned. I plan on getting a monkey this summer. No, just letting Beth know. That's not happening. At the same time that I let the rest of the world know. So we're going to have to take a little time for Mr. Monkey. No, we have family coming to visit. We have a lot of things that we're going to do. We're still going to put out some videos on the channel. They will probably be travel related, not monkey related. No. Diddles. That's going to be his name. No, Diddles. No. Diddles the monkey. No. And we have our group cruise on MSC World America in October. But then next year, because everything is hard around the holidays, we're not going to really travel during holidays, but we're making some changes kind of personally that's going to allow us the chance to maybe travel. No, stop. Let me get through this. I am transitioning to be a pirate. No. I will now identify as a pirate. Okay, well, you're on your own with that. My pronouns will be R. That's so funny. Did you just make that up? Yes. So we're really looking forward to cruising Virgin Voyages the beginning of the year. I want to go back on Celebrity. We love that so much. We haven't been on their new class, and the Excel is coming out. So I really want to do that. And we want to go to Europe. So We love Europe. We've been there many times, and we'd love to bring you guys. So we're kind of playing around with the possibility of doing a river cruise. That is
fun.
The way to see Europe. I mean, it's a completely different world than like ocean cruises. A lot of details and stuff. We'll probably open that up if anyone else is interested in coming. Traveling in a group setting is such an easy way to do Europe, which if you're not super familiar with.
If for some reason we can't do the river cruise in Europe, we will be renting about 20 inner tubes and going down the French Broad here in Asheville, North Carolina. So that'll be a group tubing experience.
If that doesn't work out this fall or next fall, we'll probably do Norway or Northern Europe or something like that, because that's another big bucket list trip. So hopefully we are just expanding from here. But the actual travel videos, there won't be a whole lot until...
Well, we're going to do
the
some
end of the year.
videos.
Yeah, we're going to do some videos, but we just wanted to kind of
They just may not be...
on a cruise.
I was so blunt!
What were you going to say?
They may not involve so much ocean.
Okay, there's no ocean. So we just kind of like to share with you kind of what our plans are. So if you don't see us for a little bit, we're still doing podcast. We may skip a week here or there because we do have family, but we'll try to kind of be regular on this.
Okay, I want to wrap it up. We're at 51 minutes, but I just wanted to say a real quick update on my health. A lot of people are asking.
Oh, that's right.
My back, hip, lower back. We still don't know what it is, which a lot of people that are going through that probably know that it's hard to pinpoint things.
Pain.
I am so much better. I'm not getting any of those super sharp, outrageous pains. It just shoots through you. I'm not getting those anymore. So thank God for that. I still can't walk very well. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can walk. I don't want to sound like an invalid. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if that's a word.
It is. Can I say something really quick?
What?
Now he only uses his cane to open and close the curtains when he doesn't have to reach them.
You have to be that. You have to be that honest with people. You didn't have to be that honest.
Yes, I do. That's hilarious.
That really does make me sound like a little old man.
He doesn't need his cane anymore, which is good. Yeah.
But thank you guys for all your prayers and all your thoughts and all your well wishes.
Yeah.
I am doing better actually day by day, but it's very slow.
Yeah.
It feels like 1,000 times better than it was about a month ago.
Yeah. You just look funny when you walk.
Exactly. I still just kind of limp a little as I walk because I have that dull pain. That's
so
right in the
probably
lower back hip area.
Probably a summer cruise would have been another difficult one.
Exactly.
So we're kind of
I wanted to bring that up because that's one of the reasons that we are like, let's not push it because I'm going to be probably in a scooter again. I'm not going to be able to do beaches. I'm not going to be able to do all that stuff.
We just need you to get all the way better.
Yeah, I just want it suffers. The content suffers when I'm stuck.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
Yeah.
Is what I wanted to say.
Yeah. That's what we have. Let us know your thoughts. Appreciate you watching.
Yes.
And we will catch you guys all in our next cruise cast episode. Bye.
Bye, everybody.